Francis, are you good to go?
Oh, yes, yes, I hear you.
Okay. All right, Maria, we're ready. Ms. Francis, you can turn off your video because you're logged in on the Zoom by accident. So just for the video, leave that part off. You just do phone on this one, please.
So just get off the video.
Yeah, get off the video. Just be on the phone 100%.
All right.
Morning. This is cause number 2016-30307. In the interest of Lanaja Kong, all parties please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child. Ma'am.
Pauletta Francis, I'm her mother.
And sir, your name and your relationship to the child. Sir?
Yes, I'm sorry, Bao Kong, and I am the father, sir.
All right, and for the Attorney General's office?
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General.
And we have a suit for modification of child support order.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is this an upward or downward request for modification?
This is an upward request for modification, Your Honor.
Okay. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor. We have one stipulation.
What is the stipulation?
Your Honor, the parties have stipulated that Mr. Kong will pay a cash amount of $57 beginning April 1st of 2021.
All right. And let's see, what is the current child support?
Your Honor, the prior order signed on May 16th of 2017, the parties did not set child support at that time. They agreed to support the child. The child was in their possession. So the support was set, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let's proceed then.
Thank you. The state calls Pauletta Francis. Ms. Francis, you are the mother of Lanaja, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how old is Lanaja?
She's 7.
Okay, and you heard me tell the judge that in the last order that you did in 2017, you agreed with Mr. Kong to not set child support. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you guys agreed that you would support Lanaja when she was in your possession. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and today you're asking the court to now set child support in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you asking this court to now set child support in this case, ma'am?
Because Bao has recently agreed and began to pay me $250 a month, agreeing that it was child support for Lanaja understanding the COVID situation, and I'm not working, so he said $250 a month, understanding I'm homeschooling her, and to support me assistance with rent, understanding I was paying rent also, but I was not working at the time. So his verbal agreement, and he began to pay $250 every 2 weeks. So he agreed to $500 a month. So recently, we lived together for like the last 2 months because of the weather conditions. And because of the weather conditions, I have not worried about. We of course live in the same household at the time. So we co-parent together in the same household. So I wasn't worried about him paying anything. I'm now living in my own place, and Lenaja does continue to stay with me. And I would like him for him to continue to keep his word. But and now he has bought a house. He's more established
Objection, Your
now.
Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Objection, Your Honor.
okay,
This is
hold
for
on,
Mr.
ma'am. You need to just listen to the question and just answer the question, okay?
Oh, okay.
All
Okay,
right,
so
go
you,
ahead.
yes or no, you're stating that Mr. Kong agreed to pay you $250 a week or a month. Which one?
No, it was every 2 weeks. It was every 2 weeks. It's every 2 weeks he
Okay.
was giving me that.
Now, in the prior order, you guys agreed that you would support the child when she was in whatever parent's possession. Has that changed?
That has changed because, like I say, she's going to be with me more. And Bao is more capable at the moment at that moment, he wasn't able to help or provide anything. And I understood that, but now he's capable of doing so.
So for possession and access, how often would you say that Mr. Kong gets possession of Lenaja?
Lately he's been having her very often. You know, his mother then moved with him, so his mother assists also with raising her. So every other day or every day.
Every day. Okay, so every day when Mr. Kong has her, is he supporting her like you guys agreed to?
Yeah, he recently just bought her uniforms, you know.
Okay.
But at times when he gets the attitude, he doesn't.
Okay. Now, what do you know if Mr. Kong has a job right now, ma'am?
Yes, he has his own detailing service. He has his own business.
Okay, do you know how much he makes from detailing service on average?
He makes over a little bit over $2,000 a month.
And how do you know that he makes about $2,000 a month?
Because of his finances. I have had access to his finances, and he has recently purchased a house.
Okay, so to your personal knowledge, he makes about on average $2,000 a month in that detailing business, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Kong has any other children under 18?
No, ma'am, not to my knowledge. Elijah is the only child.
Okay. And has there been any issue of family violence between you and Mr. Kong in the last 2 years per se?
In the last 2 years, yes, ma'am, it has been.
Okay. Do you have any issue, or would you have any issue with Mr. Kong having your address going forward, ma'am?
No, ma'am, I really don't.
Okay. So if we consider the $2,000, you would ask this court if the judge did agree to set child support based off the $2,000 that Mr. Kong gets from his detailing business. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're saying that he gets possession of this child almost every other day, or sometimes every day, correct?
So whenever he asks for her, I do not deny him. So yeah, it's often.
Okay, and if court costs are billed in this case, who do you believe they should be billed against, you or Mr. Kong?
Say it again, ma'am. You're kind of breaking up.
If the court billed court costs, who should they be billed against, you or Mr. Kong?
Billed?
Who should pay the court costs, ma'am?
Oh, is it possible that we split the cost?
Maybe, but you thinking that you should split the cost essentially, correct?
You know, I mean, you know, if that's possible because we both doing this, so I feel like he needs to, but I mean, I'm willing to split it.
Okay, you feel like he should. All right, and then just going back to one last question. You said that you and he lived together. When did you two stop living together?
Yes, ma'am. Just recently, actually, spontaneously last month, he just asked me to. He was helping me until I found me a place, and then all of a sudden, I informed him about this court day, and then he just told me to get my stuff and get out. So,
What was the date?
yeah.
What was the date? If you remember, what was the date that you two stopped living together?
Um, this is this the beginning of this month, actually.
Okay. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Mr. Kong, do you have any questions of the Miss Francis?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to correct a couple of things for the record,
For the
especially
record, do you have any questions for her, sir? I'm going to
no,
allow you to say, all right, I'm going to allow you to say something later on, but do you have any questions for her right now?
How does Miss Francis could she be more specific on how it is that she knows I make that much money?
Miss Francis?
And
Okay, hold on. That's a
especially when we.
question. That's a question
Okay,
right now,
okay,
okay?
go ahead. Okay, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Miss
Go ahead.
Francis,
I'm
can
sorry.
you be more specific on how you know how much money he makes?
Because Bob has shared records with me of his finances, and then he has recently rented a new house or purchased a new house, and he's remodeling in it right now and everything. So Bob knows he has exposed a lot of things to me and shared a lot of things with me. It's nothing that he really hides.
Okay,
Another
can
question
I
for
ask
her, sir?
another? Yes, sir. Is she aware of
Are
since
you
she's using
aware? Are you aware? Is that
of
you're asking her a question?
yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Do you know if he purchased the house or if he's renting a house? Do you know this specifically?
Well, you told me that your family member is purchasing the house, and you are actually paying them a certain amount of money, and you helping them. It's an agreement that y'all have. I saw the document. Bob pays like $300 a month where he lives under a signed agreement of his family.
Okay,
And
ma'am, the question
they
is, do
bought
you
they
know, ma'am, the question is, do you know if he purchased the house or if he's renting?
I know he's purchasing. He told me he was purchasing the house. I'm going by what he said.
All right, all right. Next question, Mr. Kong.
Okay. Does Miss Pauletta, is she aware that I have no status, no citizen status, no social security number, no working social security number, no driver's license, no identification? Is she aware of this?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a compound question.
All right. Well, you know,
Is she
it
aware
doesn't make any
that
difference. Okay, sir, it doesn't make any
Mhm.
difference if you have a social security number or a driver's license. That doesn't make
okay,
any
sir.
difference.
Well, then, yeah. Well, then, I guess I have no other questions, sir. That's fine, sir.
All
At
right.
this time.
Ms. Jeffries, call your next witness.
Thank you. The state calls Bao Kong. Mr. Kong, you are the father of Lanaja. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you heard that I mentioned to the court that the last time this order was looked at was in 2017. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And in 2017, once again, you guys agreed that you would not set child support because you would be supporting Lanaja when she was in your possession. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so you've heard that Ms. Francis is asking for an upward modification. Do you believe the court should approve an upward modification in this case?
No, I do not.
Okay. And why do you believe the court briefly should not grant an upward modification?
Because I contribute to my daughter. I assist my daughter. I care for my daughter, and I see my daughter as much, and I am involved in my daughter in the care of her, and very intimately and as much as possible. So, because of that, I just feel like that there should not be an upward modification because as it is right now, she is well cared for, and within this framework that we've already established.
Okay. Now, how often would you say you have possession of Lanaja? In a week.
I thought she was talking.
Ma'am, nobody's asking you
Oh,
any
you talking to
questions.
me?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, well, I
Mr.
have
Kong,
her,
Miss Francis, you need to remain silent until you're asked a question or until I ask
Okay.
you to say something, okay?
Yes, yes, sir. I didn't know who she was talking about.
She's talking to Mr. Kong.
Mr. Kong, in a week,
yes,
how
ma'am.
often would you say you have possession of Lenasia?
Let's say at average and minimum about 5 days a week.
Okay, and when she's in your possession, would you say you support her as agreed in the last order? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now, was it any truth to Mrs. Francis' statement that you've been giving her on average $250 a week every 2 weeks? Is that any truth to that?
There's some truth to it. I've given her what I've been able to. Probably didn't come out to that much.
Okay, so you've given her money though for Lenasia to support her. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so even though you guys agreed that you would support the child, you were giving her money for child support as well. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and why were you giving her money if you have Lenasia a couple days a week or sometimes every day a week?
Because if I am not able to give it to her mother or whatever, then her mother will find a reason or whatever to limit the amount of time that I can see my daughter. So in order to just keep things non-confrontational between me and her mother, if she asked for it, if I had it, and if I could do it, if I would help her with it. Or I would give her whatever she needed in order to preserve the
Can we get down, Miss Jeffries? Can we get that down to his income and so forth? I mean, this is all pretty
I'm
much
sorry.
irrelevant.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kong, how much do you make per month?
Maybe about 1,000 a month.
Okay, and a good month, how much are you making in a month?
Say that again.
Is that a bad month or a good month, sir? Is it just $1,000 on average a month?
Yeah, I'm gonna say on average a month around 1,000. Yeah.
Okay, and you do the detail Ms. Francis mentioned, sir?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you
I
broke
go.
up. I didn't hear that question.
You work at a detailing company, is that correct, for yourself? Is that correct?
No, it's not even a company. I just go out and find detailed jobs. I don't have
Okay.
a company. I find people to wash cars for. I don't know if you want to call that a company. I guess I don't know.
Okay. In the last few years, has there been any issue of family violence between you and Ms. Francis?
I don't care about that unless somebody's asking for
There is a request for
non-disclosure.
non-disclosure. There is a
Who,
request for non-disclosure in the motion, Your Honor.
who's requesting that?
I believe it's Kong that's requesting that, Your Honor.
All
All right, Mr. Kong, I
right, go
re-ask
ahead.
my question. Is there any issue of violence between you and Ms. Francis in the last 2 years?
Yes, ma'am. From what I'm aware of, she has a pending felony assault case against me.
It's you or against her?
No, I mean she's being charged and has a case of an assault case, a felony assault case.
Okay. And so are you asking this court to not disclose your address going forward in the future, sir?
To her, I would prefer, yes.
Okay. And I have nothing for this witness, Your Honor. I passed the witness.
How about what his expenses are, Miss Jeffries?
Mr. Kong, how much are your expenses monthly for your business?
No, your rent, your food, your gas, your lights, etc.
Sure.
What are your bills, sir?
Okay. My rent is $700. My food is about $200 a month. And then my lights, I guess it's about another $100 a month.
Have a car note, Mr. Kong.
No, I don't have a car note, man. I don't have a car right now.
Okay. Any other monthly expenses that you pay at this time?
Do I have any other monthly expenses? Is that what you asked?
Yes, sir.
Yes, cell phone. How much is your cell phone, sir?
Right. I pay me and my daughter's bill. It's $90 a month.
Do you pay any car insurance, sir?
No, I don't.
Um,
You have any other expenses, sir?
In the general care of my daughter, just whatever she requires, clothes, school supplies.
Do you have a
Just
water
anything.
bill, sir? Do you have a water bill?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, I do pay a water bill. That's about $50 a month, sir.
All right. Do you have any type of uh, clothing, bills for clothing or cleaners or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, so far that's over $1,100, sir. How do you make it if you only say you're making $1,000 a month?
Well, my mom lives with me, and she helps out. My mom helps us out a little bit. My mom
But
helps with
okay,
groceries and just whatever needs.
but these are your expenses that you just told me, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's over $1,000, sir.
Right. Well, I mean, that's how it usually goes. We usually have more bills than what we make, right? I mean, I get by, so I find a way to get by.
All right, go ahead, Miss Jeff. Let me ask, Miss Francis, do you have any questions of Mr. Kong?
Who's paying for the new vehicle you just purchased?
Did not purchase a vehicle, sir. I mean, ma'am, I did not purchase a vehicle. I don't even have an ID. I don't have a driver's license. I have no, I don't even have a bank. I have nothing as far as that goes. I have no status of citizenship. I don't have a new
And
vehicle, and I don't have a new house either.
I could provide him with food because I get food
Objection,
stamps
Your
and
Honor.
I
There's
put
no
Ma'am,
food in
question.
his
ma'am,
house.
ma'am, do you have any other question for him?
Oh no. Haven't I helped you with food? Haven't I helped you with food? Don't I help you with food every month?
Yes, she does help with food, and primarily because Lanaja is always with me, and part of the food stamps goes to Lanaja, and so she does, and she doesn't have, she doesn't have to, but she does just because my daughter's always over there at my
Okay. The
house.
answer was
So
yes, she helps you with food, correct?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh no.
And what car are you driving right now, sir?
Oh, I'm just in a person allowed me to use their vehicle to take and then run some errands, take care of things.
And who is that person?
My mother.
Okay, so your mother just bought a new car.
No, my mother didn't even buy a car. This is just a rental. She because I have a vehicle. The vehicle got water. It got stuck in the water, and the engine died because it got stuck in the water. And she rented this, so is it until I get that fixed? I'm trying to get that fixed now.
All right, Miss Jeffers, do you have any financial information
No, Your
on
Honor.
him?
Our investigation, because of Mr. Kong's immigration status, we
All
do not.
right.
So we base it off of either minimum wage or average of what his income would be
And
based
what?
on
All
testimony.
right. So it's minimum wage. So what is the
If we based it solely off minimum wage, it would be $217 for the child support, Your Honor. He has no other children under 18.
all right, the court grants modifications father's order to pay $217 a month in child support beginning April 1st, 2021. All other stipulations are approved.
Your Honor, and I did question about the court costs. Is it safe to assume the court will bill Mr. Kong for court costs?
All right, father's order to pay court costs as billed not later than what date?
May 31st of 2021, Your Honor.
Not later than May 21st, 2021.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I have for what you're getting. That's great.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
And for the record, Ms. Jeffries, non-disclosure is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.